always have to have the last word, always need to be right, or never know what the right thing is? Bookmark today's DBT skill because it's a game changer. What skill is that? It's effective. So, effective is about doing what works, not what feels good or what is moral, ethical, or right. Say what? Don't we all want to do those things? Maybe. And maybe being effective will accomplish all those things. But it changes the way we approach issues so that there is less regret, less mental anguish, and more peace at the end. So let's take a look. Let's say that you have heard that it's good to do what feels good. We all want to be happy, right? So what could be wrong with that? Well, if we let our feelings be our guide, we might be engaged with mood based behavior. So some days I go to work on time and some days I don't go at all. Some days I'm in alignment with my values, and some days I'm not. In the long term, navigating life like that could lead me to being broke, friendless, and not knowing what my values are. It's a good way to end up really unhappy. There's a saying that if you only walk on sunny days, you'll never reach your destination. This is why doing what feels good isn't really effective. It doesn't work for the big picture. Now, what about doing what's ethical, moral, legal, or right? That seems like it makes a whole lot of sense. Well, maybe. I knew a teacher who was brought up believing that adults deserve respect. He was a teacher. So, how well do you think that that worked in an inner city school? Not very. The kids thought he looked down on them, which made them act out even more, and every day was a fight. When that teacher started using the effective skill, his whole perspective changed, and so did the vibe in the classroom. So let's say that you're at work and a coworker makes a small mistake that doesn't really impact anything. Do you point it out in front of everybody? I hope not. That's not effective. It's humiliating, and it may cause that person and everyone else to stop showing up and taking chances. You want to encourage and support people, not judge them or shut them down. If you're in a teaching role, you may want to say something in private later so they can learn, but I'd run that by your own filter too to see if it's effective. If your peers, it might not be. It's okay to let stuff go. Everything is not your business. Let's take a look at another scenario. Let's say that you like a tidy bathroom and your partner has left the toothpaste cap off again. Do you point it out or let it go? This is the kind of thing that people get divorced over. Seriously. It's a small thing, and I know we want to feel seen and heard, but if we make the toothpaste cap not being screwed on means that you don't love me, it becomes a really big deal. It might be just more effective to put the cap on yourself, be grateful for the things that your partner does well, and go on about your day. Okay, one more. Your 6-year old is getting dressed for school and puts on mismatched clothes. Do you pick out their clothes the night before or make them change? Neither one of these things is effective because, in the big scheme of things, you want a child who can think for himself and take the initiative. If you make all the decisions for him, he's not going to learn. So, if he gets some feedback for not matching, those are natural consequences. And if he chooses to value his own sense of style over someone else's opinion, that's also a win. I said one more, but I should cover the legal angle. Let's say it's 1942 and you're hiding Jews in your crawl space. The Nazis come to the door looking for Jews. You know, if they find them, they'll be killed and you'll be severely punished. Do you say, yes, the Jews are hiding right here? Or do you disobey the law? There is a higher authority than the law, and that's your own conscience. You answer to yourself. And if the law or some higher authority tells you to do something that's not in alignment with your values, it might be effective to disobey. If it costs you your life, well, now you have to consider that into the equation to decide whether it's better in the big picture to have your life or your values. This is why effective is such a personal and tricky thing. Details matter. What is effective today may not be effective tomorrow. What is effective for me may not be effective for someone else. But because the definition is to do what works, and this includes now, later, big picture, small details, me and anyone else impacted by this situation, you're far more likely to get the win-win than not. So when you're at a crossroads, think about your end goal. What do you want out of this situation? If you want to have peace and connection, the effective skill will probably get you there. If you want to win or be right, have it your way. Let me know how that works out for you. If you like learning DBT skills that make your life better, like the effective skill, hit that subscribe button and check out all the other skills in the playlist. And if you're in Virginia, Colorado, or Indiana, and want to join the DBT skills group, that's the way to really make these skills a lifestyle. Thanks for being here. Ciao.